All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to talk about a pretty radical idea, that the way we're building enterprise AI is fundamentally broken. And it's all because we forgot to give it one single crucial thing, a memory.
Okay, let's just pause on that for a second, because that is a huge statement, right? We tend to think of AI forgetting things as a bug, a weakness. But what if it's not a flaw at all? What if it's a deliberate design choice we made right from the start?
Think about it. How do you actually use AI right now? Every single tool, every interaction, it all happens inside some kind of temporary, isolated window. It's basically a bubble. Yep, you pop open a chat window to ask a question, you open another one to help draft an email, you've got yet another one open to help you with some code. You see the pattern? And this is where it all falls apart. The second you close that tab, that session is over. Poof. The AI's memory is wiped clean. It's like built-in amnesia. It has no idea what you did 5 minutes ago, let alone 5 months ago.
So what does that actually mean for a business? Well, it means the AI is missing all the important context. It doesn't remember the crucial results from last quarter's report. It can't recall the unspoken tension in that really important meeting. It has no clue why that big deal just went cold, or that the system outage happening right now looks exactly like the one we had 3 months ago. It's missing the very fabric of experience.
And this right here just nails the problem. We've been so obsessed with making AI models more intelligent, better at processing, better at generating text, that we totally forgot the other half of the equation. We built this incredibly powerful engine, but we forgot to give it any long-term memory. So that begs a really important question, doesn't it? If you have all the raw intelligence in the world, but zero past experiences to learn from, what's the one thing you can never, ever develop?
Judgment. That's the answer. Real judgment isn't just about crunching the numbers you have right now. It's about applying wisdom you've gained from the past. And the AI we have today, by its very design, just can't do that.
Okay, so let's dig into how this design flaw is actually showing up in the real world. Because naturally, businesses saw the power of AI and they wanted to put it everywhere.
And the result? An absolute explosion of copilots. We have an AI for our email, another AI for our sales CRM, a totally different one for our developers, and of course, a separate one for the security team. We've basically created an army of smart but totally disconnected assistants.
And here's the crazy part. Each one of these tools is a genius inside its own little box, but they're all completely blind to what the others are doing. The sales copilot has no idea what the support team knows, and neither of them has a clue about the context coming from engineering.
So, this brings us to a potential solution, a totally new way of thinking about the architecture of AI. And it's not another app or another tool. We're talking about building a whole new foundation from the ground up.
The whole idea really boils down to this one powerful question. What if we stop treating context like this temporary thing that lives and dies in a chat window? What if, instead, context became permanent, shared infrastructure for the whole company? Kind of like the cloud or electricity.
And let's be super clear about what this is not. We are not talking about building a slightly better chatbot. This isn't some new browser plugin, and it's definitely not about learning how to write a smarter prompt. This is a fundamental change to the plumbing.
So what is it then? Think of a context fabric like a memory layer. It's something that just sits quietly underneath all the systems you already use. Your sales platform, your support tickets, your code, and its only job is to constantly piece together the full connected story of your business as it happens.
Okay, that sounds cool in theory, but what does it actually do? How does having this shared memory actually change how people get their work done? What happens when everyone and every AI is plugged into the same brain?
Well, just picture this. A salesperson is about to hop on a call, and they instantly have the full story. Not just the last email they sent, but every support ticket that customer ever filed, every complaint they had about the product, even that stalled negotiation from 2 years ago. Or imagine a support engineer. A new ticket comes in, and they immediately see the customer's entire journey, all the subtle frustrations, all the past issues. Now they're not just solving a ticket, they're understanding a relationship. And think about your operations team. Instead of just getting another random system alert, they see the pattern. They see that this exact same alert has popped up 3 times in the last year under very similar conditions. All of a sudden, they go from being reactive to being predictive.
So you see, the whole flow of information gets turned on its head. Your systems, your conversations, deals, code, they all keep generating data. But now, this context fabric underneath assembles it into one single story. And here's the magic. Both humans and AIs are now drinking from the exact same well. They literally share a brain.
And this is where it all leads. This is the big picture, because this isn't just about being a little more efficient or getting slightly better insights. This is about fundamentally changing our relationship with artificial intelligence itself.
This is the shift. We go from a world that's fragmented and siloed to one that's coherent. We stop being purely reactive and become truly aware. And maybe most importantly, we can finally replace blind automation with governed execution, where AI acts with genuine contextual understanding.
And that is the one line you need to remember. Memory is what makes accountability possible. Think about it. You can't hold something accountable for its actions if it has no memory of what it did or why it did it. When AI can finally remember, it can finally be a responsible partner.
So in the end, the next great leap forward in AI isn't going to come from chasing ever smarter models. It's going to come from building smarter foundations for them to run on, a foundation built on memory. So I'll just leave you with this to chew on. If the AI inside your organization had a perfect shared memory of everything that had ever happened, what's the very first thing you would change?